Ladies and gentlemen, the Nintendo Switch 2 is fantastic. You know, I feel like that's a factual statement. But the Nintendo Switch 2 and its games are quite expensive. But it doesn't have to be that way. In this video, we're going to go over a bunch of amazing Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 games that I'm currently playing on my Switch 2 that are 100% free to play. And I'm actually addicted to these games. So let's go ahead and get right into this video. Free. That feels like a foreign concept. Free stuff. What is this? 2024? 2025? Free doesn't exist. Everything is 100 times the regular price. And I don't think that's a good thing. That's what this video is about. Free, amazing Switch and Switch 2 games I'm currently playing on my Switch 2. And I'm truly having so much fun playing these games, so hopefully you will find some enjoyment as well. Before we get started, if you could do me a favor, hit a like and subscribe. That would truly mean the world to me. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram so we can keep our amazing communities growing. And let's talk about these amazing free games. I'm not even kidding. This first game we're going to talk about is one of my favorite games I have played on my Switch 2 entirely. I think it's pronounced Vivitter. That's how I've been saying it. This game is off the rails in the best ways possible. I guess the game it's most similar to, or I would say it's most similar just for the sake of this video, it's almost like a WarioWare game, but just way more crazy and wacky and out there. And I can't believe this game is free. Like, I've never heard of it. I don't know if this was something that was only in Japan. It kind of gives me those vibes when you're playing it. It almost feels like a wacky WarioWare game mixed with like a Japanese game show. It's just so freaking crazy, but so damn good. And there is unlimited stuff to do in this game, like a million challenges. I've been playing it forever, and I feel like I'm barely scratching the surface. And I honestly don't think you have to spend any amount of money on this game at all. So if you just want to play a fun game, you can play for 10 minutes, or you can get addicted and play for multiple hours. This is a game I not only think is a great free game, but just a must-play game. So speaking of stuff I just don't know how to pronounce, let's talk about Dragon Ball GEKISHIN? SQUADRA? GEKISHIN? I don't know, man. And the crazy thing is, I'm a big Dragon Ball Z fan. I don't really watch the new stuff, but maybe that's something to do with like the new series or something. I don't really care about that. All I care about is the actual game and gameplay. I think this game just came out a little over a week ago, and I have really not heard many people talk about it yet, but I'm here to do that. So in this game, it is 4 versus 4 battles, and you're using obviously your favorite Dragon Ball Z characters, and I mean, you can kind of fill in the rest. You'll pick heroes with unique abilities and skills to fulfill strategic roles for your team. Damage is simple but effective. You have super aggressive playstyle with a focus to take down your enemy. But you also need to be like technical and I guess have a little bit of strategy as well. So maybe if you're not a Dragon Ball Z fan, or you didn't grow up with it, or you're just not interested in, I guess, the anime style of games, you might not like this one. But even if you don't like any of that, I think there's still value here. But if you're a fan of any of the stuff that I mentioned previously, Dragon Ball Z, anime style games, fighting games, any of that, I think you're really going to enjoy this one. Another weird and wacky game I've been playing a lot lately is the new DENPA man. I'll be honest, I didn't know much about this at all, or maybe even at all. Maybe I just didn't know anything about this. But I remember they showed this off last year at a Nintendo Direct, and it just piqued my interest ever since. And then for some reason or another, I got around to playing it recently. This is strange. This is a free-to-play, consumer-operated RPG in which you will catch the mysterious creatures, DENPA men, that fly around you, make them your companions, and go on an adventure. It almost feels like a mixture of like Tamagotchi life mixed with Animal Crossing, mixed with Miitopia, mixed with I'm sure some other stuff I'm missing, but it just feels like something very familiar. And like I was saying, it might be familiar. I feel like this is something, or was something ahead of time. I think this might have been on like the Wii or something. I just remember it in the back of my mind some way, somehow, but I'm just not too familiar with what it was until I started playing it. I guess the whole free-to-play game thing immediately makes you think of like, one, you're paying for like battle passes or loot boxes or cosmetic stuff, but there's also free-to-play games that are just a lot of fun, have a ton of value, and they just don't feel like free-to-play games. And that's what this one is. So if you like RPGs and weird and wacky games, this is one definitely worth checking out. So one of my favorite games I ever played on the Switch entirely is Asphalt Legends. I think it used to be called like Asphalt 9 maybe, but I think it's Asphalt Legends now. On the Switch 2, this is way better than it originally was. I don't think it got an official Switch 2 upgrade just yet. Everything about it just seems 100% better, and I don't know if that's just the hardware that's doing this. It probably is. But if you like racing games at all, like arcade racing games, this is a must-play game. And like I was saying previous, it's not just like a great free-to-play game. I'd argue it's just a must-play game. They continuously update this game all the time. There's a million cars in it. I don't know about now because I've had my account for a while, but whenever you play it on Nintendo consoles, they give you like a special BMW that was red and blue to like match the Switch. So I don't know if that's still an option, but I've never spent a single penny in this game, and I've been playing it for like 5 years now off and on, and I probably have 50 hours in it, and it's still as exciting as the very first time I played it. So I'm very happy that we finally have a Switch 2 version of Apex. Now, it was on the Switch, but I'd argue it's not worth playing there. So if you still only have a Switch, I would probably skip this one and play it somewhere else if you can. But I love Apex. I loved it from the very moment I played it. I don't even know how I learned about it, but I played it the very first day that it was ever a thing. It might have been early access. I remember reading an article saying like Apex has 1 million players in less than 24 hours. And I was like, what the hell is Apex? And then I learned it's like a spin-off of Titanfall. And yeah, man, it is such a good game. I think it's one of the best battle royales of all time. The characters are actually interesting. In some way, somehow, I don't know, like, the chain of events, or at least I can't remember them. But I started playing this game with the R&B singer, Bryson Tiller, and played Apex with him a bunch. And yeah, some stuff is just weird sometimes in the gaming world, but I've been playing it ever since then. The Switch 2 version of this game is now my favorite way to play it, and my favorite way I have ever played it. It looks and runs amazing on the Switch 2. Truly a night and day difference over the Switch. And I don't know if it's like all the stuff from Titanfall that made it this way, or just the work they put into it, but it truly is the best battle royale I have ever played, and it actually feels like there's some soul in there. You know what I mean? Now, I'm not saying like the next game doesn't have soul, even though it sounds that way, but now we're talking about Fortnite. Fortnite does have soul, guys. Don't worry. You won't lose your soul if you play Fortnite, if that's what you're wondering. I've been playing Fortnite since 2018, I think, and I have probably put over 1,000 hours into it on my PS5, on Xbox consoles, on PC, and on like 4 or 5 different Switches, and now my Switch 2. And again, the Switch 2 is my favorite way to play this game. It is a night and day difference over the Switch version. Now, the Switch version doesn't look that great, but that's the console I have the most hours in. I probably have like 300 hours just in the Switch version of this game. So I never really cared about the graphics, but playing it on my Switch 2, I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe I was playing it on my Switch. It is so damn fun, and some way, somehow, they continuously make this game like exciting. I don't play it all the time. I will jump in for like 2 or 3 months at a time, and then I'll just stop playing it, and then a new update will come or a new season, then I'll start playing it again. You don't have to spend any money on this game, but I have bought like a Cowboy Bebop skin and a Bender from Futurama skin, and maybe a few others that I'm forgetting right now, but you don't have to spend money on that, and that's what's great about this. Not only do they have the Battle Royale modes, but they also have like all these little tycoons, and a Lego mode, and another Lego mode that's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, and there's just an infinite amount of stuff to do in this game. I just think it's definitely worth downloading if you have nothing to play or giving a chance to it, because it is 100% free, at least if you don't want to spend money. And the last game we're talking about today is Brawlhalla. I remember talking about this game in a Switch video, maybe a free Switch game video like 2 years ago. And since then, I kind of feel like it's like died out or faded out a little bit. But then you go back and play the game, and it's the best it's ever been. The Switch 2 version is incredible, and I don't know if they did a Switch 2 like official upgrade. I don't feel like they have, but you can play it in 4K and 60 frames per second now. Yes, it's essentially a Smash Brothers clone, but unlike Smash Brothers that we haven't heard about in quite a while, this game gets updates all the time. This game does collaborations all the time and gets new characters and new levels and just little events. And it's something that they continuously put work into, and it really does show. Like if you go back and play it a couple years ago and the version it is now, I mean, I'm not saying it was bad back then, but it really is fleshed out now, and it is something you can jump in and play for 10 minutes or There's like a whole esports competitive scene for Brawlhalla. There's a huge community, and I just think that's awesome, right? So yes, Smash Brothers is a game that we want to play, and you'll probably have fun playing Smash Brothers because you're more familiar with those characters, but there is a lot of value in Brawlhalla. The Switch version is great, but the Switch 2 version is even greater somehow. Ladies and gentlemen, these are the free games I am currently addicted to playing on my Nintendo Switch 2. Maybe all of these are available on the Switch as well, but I'm playing them on my Switch 2, and that's like where the quality is, in my opinion. But yeah, man, just play these games. They're free. Download them, check them out. You have nothing to lose and a lot to actually gain. So in the comments below, I would love to hear from you guys. If you made it to this part of the video, if you could do me a favor and hit a like and subscribe, that would truly mean the world to me. It really helps out. Consider becoming a channel member, follow my social medias, and help this community grow. And you guys know me, I'll see you very soon with a new video. Peace out.